everyday life. Again, Ride and Dirty Show, where we bridge the gap between hip hop and everyday life. I gotta always start the show off by saying one time for the good people over at WRFG 89.3 FM, our FM radio home for the past 15 plus years. Definitely one time for them for giving us this wonderful platform to be able to break brand new music and let you guys talk and listen to very interesting people. All right. I also gotta say one time for the good people over at Live365.com. Now, for those who might not know, Live365.com is the internet's oldest streaming source. Now, they're not like an album streaming source. No, they are a streaming source. They are a hub for radio stations. Now, a lot of your favorite terrestrial radio stations broadcast live on the internet via Live365.com. All right, I'm glad to announce our brand new partnership with Live365.com, and we've been blessed to launch our very own radio station, and the name of our station is Ride95. That's RIDE 95. Now, you might ask yourself, Vic, how can I access Ride95? Well, it's very easy. All you got to do is, if you're using your computer, all you got to do is go to Live365.com. Once you get to Live365.com, in the search engine, type in the word RIDE, R-I-D-E, and the number 95. RIDE 95. We will pop up. You will see our station logo. Click on the station logo, and you will hear us immediately broadcasting streaming music for you. Now, we have music for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Now, you might ask yourself, okay, well, how can I access the radio station via my telephone? Okay, it's just as easy. The first thing you got to do is download the Live365 app. All right, download the Live365 app. Once you download the Live365 app, go into the search engine. Once you're in the search engine, type in the word RIDE95, again, R-I-D-E, the number 9, the number 5, and we will pop up. Same thing. Click on the station logo. Once you click on the station logo, you will hear us broadcasting music immediately. All right? We stream 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We got some very dope original programming. We have the Hot Mix at 6 with DJ Noel. We have the Down and Dirty Show with DJ T Did That. We also have the Come Clean Takeover Show with Chill. We also have the K2SO in the mix with K2SO show also. So we got some dope original programming right there on Ride 95. If you're an artist out there and you're interested in getting put in rotation, definitely holler at us. If you're a business person out there or artist and you're interested in advertising, definitely holler at us. Now, the really cool part about Ride 95, we are not just your basic internet radio station. No, we are not. We are a BDS monitoring station, which means all your plays, all your spins on Ride 95 will count and credit as the same way if you were being played on terrestrial radio station. Now, there are a lot of internet radio stations out there that are just playing your music. But at Ride 95, if your music is properly registered, then you will properly receive your credit for your radio spin. So we are official tissue. So again, one time for the good people over at Live365 for giving us the platform and giving us the opportunity to launch our very own internet radio station. So welcome to the world. Ride 95. Okay? All right. Today is Wednesday, July the 15th. Let me go a little celebrity birthdays real quick. All right. Got to say happy birthday to Jada Youngin. Jada Youngin is a Florida rapper. He turns 22 years old today. For those of y'all familiar, Jada Youngin released an album about 4 weeks ago, and it done pretty well. All right. Also got to say happy birthday to NBA player Portland Trailblazer Damian Lillard. Turns 30 years old today. Also, Damian Lillard is a very credited rapper, so definitely check him out. Gotta say happy birthday to East Coast rapper Lude Foe. I might be saying that incorrectly. Lude Foe turns 24 years old today. Definitely happy birthday to him. Also, gotta say happy birthday to Harlem rapper Jim Jones. The Capo turns 44 years old today. Happy birthday, Jimmy. Happy birthday, Capo. Let's see who else we got. I gotta say happy birthday. You know I'm a big wrestling fan. Gotta say happy birthday to Marty Wright. Now, a lot of y'all might be like, who the hell is Marty Wright? Well, if you're a fan of the WWE and you remember the WWE X Generation, Marty Wright wrestled under the name of the Boogeyman. So definitely happy birthday to the Boogeyman. The Boogeyman, Marty Wright, turns 56 years old today. Also got to say happy birthday to actor Mac Wiles. Mac Wiles, he's not only, his name is Tristan Wiles, but as an artist he goes by the name of Mac Wiles. But Tristan Wiles, Mac Wiles turns 31 years old today. Also got to say happy birthday to one of my favorite actors and very accredited actor, Mr. Forrest Whitaker. Forrest Whitaker turns 59 years old today. So, you know, I always say, man, if you follow any of the people that I aforementioned on their birthday on social media, definitely hit them up. Tell them happy birthday. Let them know that you heard it was their birthday on the Riding Dirty Show. Or better yet, I always like to encourage everyone to check out their music, check out their film, check out their videos. Show your support by streaming any of the things they got going on in the field that they're in, whether it's sports, arts, or entertainment. Definitely check them out. All right? Okay. All right, man, I got to say this little celebrity news real quick. I don't know if y'all had a chance to see the pics of my man Meek Mill, but Meek Mill has lost a lot of weight. Okay, Meek Mill has lost a lot of weight, and if you're like me, patiently waiting to find out what Meek Mill has done to lose all of this weight, I guess you'll have to wait on, because he hasn't said what he's done, but he's lost a lot of weight, and his fans are very, very, very shocked. All right? All right. Now, I hate to laugh, but Kanye West has officially filled out the forms to represent his party in this year's presidential election. And Kanye West's party is not Democrat, it's not Republican, it's not liberal. Kanye West's party is the birthday party. Okay? Kanye West is representing the birthday party. Oh, Kanye. This is crazy. Man, okay. The birthday party. Man. All right. Man, Kanye, you got me a lost of words, man. The birthday party. All right. Seems like Nick Cannon, man. Nick Cannon has been very, very vocal lately on the political side of things, on the justice side of things, on the equality side of things. Nick Cannon is now demanding money from Viacom. He say Viacom has been robbing him and his show Wilding Out for years. Say they've stolen millions and millions and millions of dollars from him, and he wants his bread ASAP. All right. Also, rapper YBN Cordae and Trey the Truth was actually detained yesterday at a peaceful rally for justice for Breonna Taylor. That's right. YBN Cordae and Trey the Truth and a lot of more people, but they were detained by police during a rally for Breonna Taylor. And y'all don't know, I gotta say it, they still have not arrested the people or the police officers that killed Breonna Taylor. All right? All right. Now, also, there was a shooting. I don't have a lot of information. I'm just going to drop this jewel. But it appears, possibly, allegedly, that Megan Thee Stallion was shot during an incident with Tory Lanez. All right? We'll keep you guys posted on that. All right, I just gave y'all celebrity news. I gave y'all celebrity birthdays. Now it's time for me to give y'all what I enjoy giving you guys the most right here on the Riding Dirty Show. And that's the people that are changing our culture. That's the people that are moving and shaking. That's the people that are building the bridges. That's the people that are captivating the community, whether it's through arts, entertainment, music, entrepreneurship, religion, activism, whatever the case may be. You all know, just as well as I know, the Riding Dirty platform is the platform for them. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Riding Dirty Show. Gospel singer, rapper, MC veteran, my guy, Vernon Little. What's going on, my G?
Hey, what's up, Big Vic? Thanks for having me again, man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate your patience as well.
Man, no worries, no worries. Maintain it, man. It's always a pleasure to talk to someone who definitely know what the heck they're talking about when it comes to this industry and the music business. So, you know what? Real quick, let's bring people up to speed. Let the world know who might have missed the first interview where Vernon Little is from.
I'm from the Bronx, New York.
All right, now, being a hip-hop artist, let the people know what's it like growing up in the Bronx, and definitely let them know the competitive nature of coming up in your era from the Bronx.
Oh, okay. I go back to when guys were bringing a big, what they call boombox radios outside, you know, and hip hop was just, I was surrounded by hip hop, you know, and guys bringing out cardboard boxes and, you know, battling with break dancing, and you know, I was introduced to those movies, those early movies that were out, like the Wild Styles and the Beat Streets and the Crush Grooves, you know, yeah, and that first the Colors movie, I remember the first time seeing that. So in the Bronx there was a lot go. I was a little too young for the when the Pioneers, when they were in the parks battling and all that, you know. But I heard a lot about those stories. But I definitely was surrounded by hip hop though in the Bronx.
All right, now, but being from the Bronx, was it competitive? Was there a lot of MCs trying to get on, trying to find their footing in the game?
Yeah, absolutely. Just even in my neighborhood, you know, a lot of people were, you know, groups formed and we would battle. You know, there was a lot of battling going on in the high schools, you know, and just my story. I mean, you know, I was originally started with a group called the Deaf Duo, you know, and that started out in my friend DJ Joe Stick, his apartment, because you know he had the turntables and microphones, all the records. You know, he ended up knowing a guy in the neighborhood that worked with somebody that was looking to take a rap act to the studio, start recording them. You know, so me, Joe Stick, and my friend MCK, you know, we formed the group. Myself and K were the Deaf Duo. Joe Stick was the DJ, so I was with them for about 4 or 5 years, and we had a manager named Pete from New Rochelle, and he was taking us to the studio, and he was shopping out our demos. We went with him to labels like Next Plateau and Tommy Boy, and you know, he was promising to get us a deal. It didn't happen. I was young and impatient, so I ended up leaving the group. And I kicked myself for a while after that, because not long after I left, they ended up getting a deal with Uni MCA Records, and they released a single called "You Gotta Believe." It was a remake of this Love Bug Starsky record, you know, "You Gotta Believe." And I came up with that idea to do the record, but I left right before I had a chance to record it with them, and they ended up getting a deal with that. But, you know, of course, I wish them the best. Of course, I was always with them because, you know, I always supported them because they were my friends. So I became a soloist for a while, and nothing happened as I transitioned into adulthood. So I had pretty much given up on rap because I was focused on, you know, making it a life, you know, making a living and, you know, going to college, you know. So fast forward to 2009, I had a coworker named Dorsey Wright. He was in this old school movie called The Warriors, and he would always be bragging about his home studio that he had. And one day, randomly, he asked me to come to his studio to record some music. So that's when I thought, man, maybe God is opening a door for me or something, because this guy doesn't even know that I used to be involved with music back in the day. So I told him, I said, you know, I used to rap back in the days. I'll take you up on that. You know, he said, yeah, come through. I'm serious. So that's when I felt that, as I said, God was probably opening the door for me. So I said, I'm going to, you know, honor God in my music. You know, and I felt him saying, like, put me first, honor me in my music. I make some things happen. You know?
All right, no doubt.
So I started recording, mixing the gospel in with the secular rap, and you know, things have changed with the internet, and you know, I was able to put some songs online, and eventually, you know, partner with some independent labels and put out music.
All right, now, what was that transition like for you, and then how much did you miss rap in your hiatus, and what was the transition like as you started to incorporate God into your lyrics?
It wasn't really hard because, you know, I was raised in church. You know, my mother always had me in church. You know, her and some of my aunts and uncles ended up opening up their own church. So I always was involved in the church, always had God in my life. But There was this, actually I got it. Even though I was raised in the church, of course I went off, had to explore, and I was out here living life, just doing things, messing around. I messed up a few times and got in trouble. So there was a time I actually, to be transparent, I actually got arrested one time, and I was sitting up, waiting for them to bail me out of jail. I was in there for a little while, and my mom had sent me a book. I'm calling it a book, the Bible, that had dual versions. It was a King James version and a living Bible version. So the living Bible was easier to read and understand. So I came across the book of Proverbs, and I just started writing from that book. So I always had that influence, that church influence in my life, no matter what I was doing, even though, even when I went astray and I was messing up in life, So it wasn't that hard for me.
All right, now, once your guy invited you to the studio, how hard was it for you to basically jump back in the swing of things and start getting back on the lyrics?
I was a little rusty, I think I was a little offbeat, but a few takes, and I eventually got back in the groove. It didn't take too long. I was slightly rusty. A couple of my friends told me, hey, you're a little off here and there, a little offbeat, but eventually I got it together. It wasn't too long, a couple of sessions, and I was good.
All right, now,
but not too long.
Did you have to rebrand yourself? Was there a name change, or were you always Vernon Little?
No, just for short, they would just call me Vern for short, VERN, which is what my friends would just call me anyway. So when I was with Def Duo, when I came back out, I just figured, I was an adult, so I think I would just use my name. I felt comfortable with it because I think Keith Murray was the first one that stood out to me that did that, So I said, okay, this is a thing now, So I felt okay with it being in. I had seen somebody else do it.
All right, no doubt. Now let's move forward to current times. What's going on today in the life of Vernon Little as a man and as an artist?
Okay, as a man, well, my personal life, I got married a couple of years ago. That was something different, So that's been good and, good days, bad days, but that's been an experience. Also in that time, unfortunately, I'm just telling my personal story, actually, unfortunately, I had lost my mom, about 3 years ago, that's tough. That's something I realize I'll never get over. But as I heard somebody say, you learn to manage. I've been able to manage. And as far as musically, I just recently this year released an EP titled "Words to Live By," and that's in total 5 songs if you include the intro, and that's 2 songs, 2 gospel rap songs, and 2 secular songs. And the title track "Words to Live By" that was written from the Bible, just reading the Bible, and also Proverbs, which is the single I'm promoting. That came about as I explained, at a time when I was going through a crisis in my life. I wrote that book. I wrote that song, from the book of Proverbs. And I have a song called Good As It Gets, which is, I always wanted to stick to the origins of hip hop when I was coming up, which is, people try to rock, get parties jumping, and also brag about their lyrical skills. I never want to leave that, even though you venture off into other lanes, but I never want to leave that I remember from the beginning. And then I have a song called Dealing with Stress, which is a brief story about myself, about my come up, trials and tribulations, and trying to get on, and some things I went through.
All right. Now, what made you blend gospel with secular?
Because I like the secular rap. I never stopped liking it. Just growing closer to God sometimes. And even I hear other rappers talk about this. Sometimes like the subject matter, when you hear a lot of profanity, a lot of drug talk, at some point it starts to get to me like, oh, that's a little too much. But, I still like it though. You know what I mean? I still like it. And just to touch on something briefly, like that's like in the church, a lot of times, a lot of the elders, they're reluctant to accept hip hop. It's just not their thing. But I tell them, you have to listen to the words. Listen to the words, because you can't help the music production that you like. I like the boom bap. I love the music, itself, and I love, MCing, so I just, it's just something that's just there. As long as it's, like I say, I prefer the clean, over too much negativity. But I'm just a fan of it. I'm just a fan of rap.
You know what?
I don't think I ever stopped being a fan of rap, to be honest.
I totally agree with that, and I'm one of the I'm in the generation of, as I get older, I still totally respect what the younger guys do. I respect a large amount of the subject matter, and I just really respect the art form of what they're trying to portray. So I definitely understand where you're coming from. What do you want the fans to take from Vernon Little as an artist?
Just take some encouragement. I'm trying to leave something with listeners. Not just like anybody else. I want to be successful. I want people to be receptive to my music, but at the same time, I want to leave them with something. Leave them with something positive. I have a nephew. One time, my nephew was telling me, like, I'm not, when I listen to music, I ain't trying to have nobody, preach to me. I ain't trying to be taught nothing. I'm trying to, twist my wrist. I want to turn up, So I respect that. There's definitely a lane for that. I'm always mindful of that. But I believe that you still have to, people have to develop and grow. You know what I mean? I believe so. It's just good to leave something positive, because, like, as I said, you do need to turn up. We like to have fun. People out here work hard. People cram for exams. They study. So sometimes you want to let your head down and have fun, but we still need to learn, because as you grow older into your 40s and 50s, you don't want to be 40 years old thinking the same way you did when you was 20, because if so, you wasted 20 years, So I believe that we do have to learn, and people that have, have been blessed to get into their 40s and 50 years old, that's a blessing. And you have experienced this, and you made a lot of mistakes, and I'm sure there's things that we've all done that we've learned from, and I believe, you should share that with people. And as you said earlier, some of the subject matter, you accept it because rap is a young man's game, and they're coming from a place of being young, a lot of rappers, and they're talking about their experiences, so I get it. I get it because I was there. You know what I mean? But as you get older, I think people look at you like you're crazy if you 40-some years old and you still talking about things you did when you was 19, 20 years old. So I believe I have a responsibility to help educate. If I can help educate the youth.
All right.
And warn them about things.
I agree. Yeah. Or better yet, as a person who's been doing this for a while, what would be your words of advice to someone new trying to get into the music game? Even though you took a hiatus, what would be your advice to them?
Whatever you have going on as far as, I mentioned schooling, going to school, you're working, continue, stay in school, learn as much as you can, because when you eventually get in this game, you want to be knowledgeable of some things. You don't want to be a fool and taken advantage of, because, I'm sure about back in the days, a lot of artists, were taking L's, man. They didn't really know the business. A lot of things that they just weren't aware of, and a lot of the labels were able to take advantage of them. So I believe learn as much as you can, network, don't stop. As I said, don't stop going to school. Don't drop out, because for a while, I remember me and my friends, we thought we was going to get a deal, and we stopped going to classes, whatever. That was a mistake. Learn as much as you can. If you're working, don't quit your job. Keep working. Make money so you can invest in yourself. Don't always depend on people to invest in you, because whatever they invest in you, they got to get it back. You know what I mean? So as much as you can make money, it's good to invest in yourself and network. And don't be discouraged because sometimes you're going to meet people that promise to do things that they don't follow through on, and you're going to take some L's here and there too, but don't give up. You know what I mean? Don't give up. Just keep honing your craft and keep networking until a door opens for you. You meet maybe some of the right people that can help you out. Just keep going with it. Keep going with it. But also, as I said at the beginning, keep learning, keep making money, while you're waiting for this to happen.
All right, no doubt. All right, let's talk a little bit about Words to Live By. Where can people hear this EP?
It's available most digital platforms that I'm aware of. The iTunes and the Apple Music and the Amazons and Deezer, Google Play. It should be there. Vernon Little, Words. It is there. Vernon Little, Words to Live By. You can find it. There are some videos as well on YouTube as well.
All right, now I have a joint that I'm gonna play. And I hope it's titled correctly. It says "Words to Live By Remix."
Yeah. I was hoping. Yeah, my publicist told me that's the one she said. That's an album cut. It is a title track, but it's more of an album cut. But I was hoping she had sent to the Proverbs remix. But Words to Live By. That's the title track. All right. So. Yeah, that is the correct way to pronounce it, yes.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about it. What's the concept behind it and who produced it?
The concept is just saying, I really went to church on this one. This is just really from a Christianity standpoint as far as saying that we need to get into God's word. We need to get into God's word to help us pretty much get through life. Some people use the word Bible as an acronym for basic instructions before leaving Earth. So I'm just encouraging people just to get into God's word. To help them understand some things in their own personal lives and get some encouragement. I was just encouraging people to get into God's word. Pretty much that's the concept, and I produced it myself.
All right. Real quick, before I have you introduce the song, let the people know how to keep up with Vernon Little when it comes to social media and the World Wide Web.
Social media is Vernon Little, the number 7. Again, that's Vernon Little, the number 7. As far as I don't want to. It might be down right now, that website, but I can tell you for sure, you can catch me at you can find my bio on at Reverb Nation. If you go to www.reverbnation.com/Vernon Little, you can hear my music as well as see my bio.
All right. Do me a favor, good sir, and introduce this record to the world.
Okay, again, my name is Vernon Little. You're about to hear the title track of my current EP, Words to Live By remix, Riding Dirty radio show, Big Vic.
Appreciate it, my G.
I appreciate you, man. I was celebrating on my birthday yesterday. I've been celebrating for a week and a half. I messed up, man, but I appreciate your patience, man, really, again.
No worries.
Thanks again, man.
No worries. Have a great day, my G.
You too, man. Stay